We're not doing a very good job right now. I don't, as coaches, as players, you know, it's perplexing. We've worked extremely hard this last week, especially on the defensive end, really going back to square one, really talking about our identity. And we're not, it's not resonating right now with any of our kids, and we've got to figure out why that is. We are obviously extremely disappointed. I think you go down the stretch there, you're up 3 with 3 minutes. I think we're up 3 with 2 minutes to go and still manage to find a way to lose. So, you know, that falls back on our staff, myself, not teaching our kids how to handle themselves when they have a lead. And so we're going to have to go back and look at ourselves closely and strongly and do some gut checking and, you know, try to figure out a way to turn this thing around.
Questions for Coach?
Teri, speak of that, you had back-to-back stills there, like under 5 to go. You said you took that 3-point lead. Were you thinking, here we go, we had it, and just the way that turned out, were you, I mean, honestly shocked?
I don't think we were ever comfortable. We're not comfortable defensively right now. We're just not. You know, again, the past is a past, but that was something that we were pretty reliable with last year. We knew when we had to get stops, we were going to get stops. There is some, I think, question marks in all of our minds whether or not our ability to get stops right now defensively. I don't know what that is, why that is. We got to figure that out because once you get a lead, it's at that point, that's what it comes down to, getting stops. It's not, hopefully it's, you know, putting points on the board is important, but we were switching out there towards the end of that thing. That to me is one of the easiest defenses you can give your kids an opportunity to play, and still could not come up with the stops we needed.
Teri, was I think you finished 2 of 6 at the line in the last
Right.
244, and obviously that sticks out.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You know, shoot 60%. I think Rachel gets to the line there, and what probably could have put us up for, and misses her second one badly. But you know, she's 2 for 7. Kesey's 1 for 4, which is uncharacteristic of her. You know, Red is typically, and again, 13 for 16 is not bad. But those are backbreakers. There's no doubt about it. The answer for that is get your rear end in the gym and shoot them. That's the remedy. It's not there's not secret sauce. There's not you know, a secret recipe for if I'm a bad free throw shooter, I better take. It's on me to get myself in the gym and shoot free throws and become a better free throw shooter.
Do you think part of that too? The starters played a lot of second half minutes, and do you think it may also, or maybe it has nothing to do with either, but you know, maybe the fact that, you know, it felt like the game had a tight feel to it, and it felt like the players were a little tight, you know, maybe going up there. Is there anything to
Todd,
that?
I would agree with that. I just don't think we're not comfortable in our own skin right now, and I don't know. I think we're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on ourselves. You know, the minutes. No, I mean, Rachel's played. She only played 21 minutes tonight. You know, she's has a cold right now, so you know we tried to watch her minutes as much as we could going down the stretch. You know, she plays 21 minutes. There's no reason why she's 2 for 7 for the free throw line. I don't buy that.
Obviously, you knew coming into the season about the rule changes with the refs and the fouls tonight. A lot of fouls called, obviously. Did you feel your team had a hard time adjusting to the way it was called tonight?
I think in the first half I felt like we did. I just felt like there was no true momentum to the game. I thought the second half, you know, as we say to our kids, you know, we have to adjust to the officials. They're not going to adjust to us. So I thought the first half, I mean, you know, those are two, Tina and Lisa Mattingly are Final Four officials. I mean, those are the best of the best. So, you know, there's very little room for me to argue what they see and how they're calling it, and we know that going into it. But I did think, you know, it did hurt some of the momentum, but that's, to me, not the reason we came up short tonight.
To IUPUI's credit, Dee Bellamy was a spark, and, you know,
She was.
apart from her steal late, she was creating kind of those momentum pushes that a team needs, you know, with her
No
defense.
doubt
and,
about it.
you know,
She's
just
a great on-ball defender, and, you know, not saying that we don't have kids that have that potential, but we don't have a kid right now, and it hurt us with Zurich going out, you know. She's kind of our rock that we can rely on and we can lean on, and she's a terrific defender. So I think that, you know, that hurt us when she went out with her 5 fouls.
Anything else for Coach?
Terry, you do have some time until your next game. You know, just talk. I know the players have exams, but you know, just talk about what, you know, how you use the time to you know, get better by your next game.
Well, I think it starts with, you know, myself and our staff, and, you know, we really got to evaluate ourselves first. For whatever reason, Todd, what we're teaching, again, is not resonating with our basketball team right now. And that's frustrating because we didn't change our system from last year. And they're primarily the same players except for Jasmine and Kesey and LaShonda. And when we go to sub sometimes, you know, we have, I mean, let's right now, Jasmine's not a very good defender. LaShonda's not a great defender right now in this system. And once we try to figure that out with some of our pieces, they're great offensively, but they really have hurt us defensively. But I'm not gonna, those aren't the two kids. The bottom line was, you turn it over 24 times, you shoot it poorly from the free throw line, you don't get stops down the stretch, you can't hang on to a lead. That's why we got beat. And then Marina loses her mind. You know, that didn't help.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thanks.